The time of the meeting was 6 p.m. Establishment of a quorum. Commissioner Santana, Commissioner Diaz, Commissioner Avalos, Commissioner Glid, and Commissioner Bernal is online. Item number 3, public must notify the board to speak on certain agenda items. 5 minutes. Public can comment by calling 915-213-3008 with a PIN code of 255-969-703 # or in person with a sign-in sheet. Item number 4, consent agenda. Commissioners, anything you'd like to pull out of consent agenda?
Nothing, sir. Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Diaz, second by Commissioner Santana. Commissioner Diaz?
Aye.
Commissioner Santana?
Aye.
Commissioner Avalos? Commissioner Glidden?
Aye.
Commissioner Bernal?
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 5, discussion and possible action on amending SOG and financial policy handbook submitted by Chief Esparza. Commissioners, these are all the agenda items that we have done over the last couple of months. And I think you all received them highlighted in red. And I'm just going to go over them very quick. The PTO leave. PTO may be accumulated to a maximum of 600 hours. Employee may roll over accrued paid time off as savings for later. Hours earned more than accrued limit mentioned above will be forfeited. Recognized holidays. The calculation of overtime employees. Overtime is based strictly on hours actually worked. However, if an employee works on a designated holiday, they will receive 8 hours of pay in addition to their payment of all hours worked. Bereavement leave. This will change for 40-hour employees will receive up to 8 hours a day, up to 3 days. And then for personal working 24-hour shifts basis, they will receive up to 3 24-hour shifts as needed and approved by the chief.
Chief, are you okay with this?
Yes, yes. I just wanted to make sure because I think Commissioner Glenn had a comment on that. But it's correct.
Why did you choose, I mean, just curious, 600 hours?
It's a breakdown that we did. I think I explained that last time when you all approved it.
Uh-huh.
It's I think it was 6 months.
Yeah, it's close, yeah.
And everybody else is doing 1,000. So I went something lower so it doesn't, because at that accrual rate, most of us will never get there, but it can happen.
Okay.
But a lot of the employees are in the mentality of use it or lose it. And some of them want to save it in case they have a surgery or whatever, but they can accrue up to that much. You know, nobody that's been here 10 years has any of that amount. So
Yeah. And if we need to change it, we just
you can always change it.
do this again, all right?
Correct. On the chapter 16, service providers contract and additional requirements, all training records shall be entered within 14 days of training into ESO. All incidents shall report to be entered within 48 hours of response and submitted annually for inventory, approved on June 17, 2025. The next one's $1,000 will be deducted for every item mentioned above not completed. And, you know, that's for the damage of the vehicles, their training not done, and things that we do not already handle for them.
And all this has been reiterated to the chiefs.
It will be reiterated again. That's why we're putting it in here, and it'll be
As
sent out.
far as reiteration, chief, will there be a signature of them signing this policy itself here? Like a signature line, or is it going to be at the end of the contract?
No, it'll be at the end of the contract, so they all sign that they agree to all our terms. And then on the next page, chapter 26, all service providers request approval from district for all training provided outside the regular weekly training provided to the volunteers. Approved December 16, 2025. Commissioners, this is outside anything that they don't necessarily have to teach for their volunteers on a weekly training, or if an outside agency is requesting use our facility, anything must come through the district office. And then it also goes, a contract agreement must be in place, third-party training providers to utilize station, trucks, equipment, PPE, and this requirement does not apply to government agencies. In other words, if we agree to say ESD1 or the city of El Paso use our facility, that agreement that does not constitute for them.
So in other words, this would be like for, in place for a company coming out of town and charging and doing classes.
Charging us to do our classes in our facility and
Okay.
using our equipment.
Unless,
Yes, that's correct.
but at the same time, we can hire them, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Understood.
If the directive is coming from the district, that's why we cover it. If it's coming from anybody else, we want to make sure that we're not getting billed for something they're going to use our equipment. And that is it on that section, Commissioners.
Okay.
These are items that you had already approved.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'll go ahead and make a motion to approve.
Second. Commissioner Avalos. No.
A motion by Commissioner Glenn, second by Commissioner Avalos. Commissioner Diaz,
Aye.
Commissioner Santana,
Aye.
Commissioner Avalos, Commissioner Glenn,
Aye.
Commissioner Bernal,
Aye.
motion carries. Item number 6, discuss and take action, review the status and determine the next steps for all issued portable radios and mobile radios. Commissioners, I explained to you last meeting, kind of briefly, we are being looked at for possible $500,000 charges to the city of El Paso. That $500,000 is gonna cover the use of radio equipment, if per se. And they wanna charge us the $500,000. The problem that I'm running into with that is that they don't actually know how many radios are assigned to the district. And don't get me wrong, there's still radios out there that before my time were operational, and I'm working down through the list. So currently, right now, I'm trying to work this list to 250,000. Okay, if we leave everybody with a radio, one radio, and every unit here has a radio, we have 150 vehicles in our fleet, we should be able to be at 260. Okay, and then after we determine and fix the radio ID issue, then we can add radios for spares, or we can issue more radios. My recommendation to you all is that you approve and give directive that we have one radio per individual. We collect everything else. We account our inventory because the city of El Paso is running an inventory of who's got what. And then we turn everything else that we cannot account for.
Chief, can I ask a question? I mean, this is me thinking outside the box. Would it be good for us to go ahead and maybe take back all the radios and then at each station and know which radios are being used and not used and reissued back out, just to make sure that we have the radios, their IDs and everything? I mean, I don't know. I'm just kind of thinking outside the box of a way of doing it.
So if you remember last year, and I'm going to show you the list one more time.
While he's doing that, the concern that I would have is that the departments can't be without a radio.
I'm not asking to take the radios away, chief. All I'm
okay.
asking is to pick them up at that same place, inventory them and reissue them right then and there.
Yeah.
I'm not asking them to
Okay.
bring them.
So,
Here.
so that is going to be our plan right now, Commissioners. I'm personally going to go to every fire station. We're going to touch every radio. We're going to account for every radio that we see and add it. So what I've been doing, and I'm going to show you right now the spreadsheet.
No. We go there. we inventory them, And then boom, we give it right back.
First time that we've talked about inventorying radios because of costs and us working with the city, but
Accountability.
I don't know if this is a proper question. Why haven't we, where are we on that? Because I know over the years, this has been a constant topic. Like, have we got better about that? I mean,
So we have accountability for all our radios. The problem that we're having right now, and I'm gonna show you this right now. Can you see that your screens?
Negative.
Oh, all right. How about now? Is it not on?
Well, the power is on. I'll turn on and off again. I just turned it on.
Yeah, I get it.
Nothing.
How about now?
Nope.
Something's coming on now. No.
So Commissioners, the problem we have, and we have accountability of what we have in stock. The thing that is getting me right now is that there's radios in there that I have no idea whose they belong to. And they don't have an actual name of who they're assigned to. So for me to correct this, I need to go touch every radio and then now put their location in this list so that I can say I physically touched it, and whatever's not on that list is not ours. Because I'm gonna touch every radio in the units, every radio that our volunteers have, and pick up whatever's extra so that I can account for it and then create a database of what's available. Everybody's gonna have one radio, every unit's gonna have one radio, but everything else will be turned off. Once we get to that price, then we will know what the actual cost is gonna be and what we as a district want to be able to expand or spend on this type of communications.
I like that. I like that.
So if, and I don't know how is it that you can't see it because somebody just messed with our, with
You
our,
want to send it as an email? We can read it on my iPad.
oh, sure.
Are we still gonna allow the fire chiefs an extra radio?
Once we account for all of them, Commissioner, then we can turn on extras. So, but we will need to account for
Just
everything
the
that's out there.
fair.
Because I'm gonna turn off whatever I can account for is gonna be turned off. And that's when we're gonna know who had extra radios. And that's gonna be up to you to tell me how many after we see the price list of,
I see.
to say, hey, we really need those.
Did you reiterate that to me?
So Chief, when you were talking about only one radio per member, I do recommend that the chiefs have a spare in the event that an incident or an issue with one of their radios goes out or something like that. They have a backup when they're on scene or something like that.
That would be 6 extra radios.
I'm okay with that. I would just send it to you all.
Through email?
Yes. Joe, receive it?
Yeah.
So Commissioners, on this, if we look at everything that's in red, it's things that I've accounted for here in stock and storage. Okay, so everything that's in red has already been accounted for here in stock at the district office. Everything that says change me, 3305, it doesn't give me a location. I can account for some of these serial numbers, but what I'm gonna do is, just like you see the ones that are in red that says storage HQ, every one of those says change me. I want to verify that they're ours and what their location is. So their location will be there. So if you scroll down, you'll see some in green. Green is that I already accounted for and I know who has them. Those are the new Motorola radios that we just got, the Motorola Next. And as you can see, I've already started naming some of them to who has them. We have an inventory of the serial number, but with this, I'm going to actually physically touch it and say this individual had it on this day. And then everything else at the very bottom of the list you see a bunch of radio IDs that are just a radio ID in red. Those radio IDs are coming up to a radio different here, but no serial number. We don't have an actual serial number, but they're assigned to us on those radios. So right now, the city of El Paso is conducting an audit of everything that they show for us. And then they're gonna resend me that list and they're gonna verify this list to match theirs. And then they're gonna send me back. So right now, our job is to account for every one of these radios and their location. So when they send me their list, if I've already touched every radio in the district one more time, then I'm gonna say, turn everything else off. And that's how we're gonna know who had radios that we did not even look at.
Mhm.
And those radios will cease to transmit and cease to operate. It'll be a paperweight. Does that make sense to you all?
Okay.
Perfect sense.
Yes, sir.
Once we account for all those radios and then the city of El Paso, because I can show you right here. This is how they're gonna tabulate that on the next one. If you click on the one that says ESD2 at the bottom of that Excel sheet, $57.05 per radio per month.
You talking about the one you said this is the inflation calculator?
That's correct. Right now, they're saying we have 677 radios, and that's $463,474.20. I was just told that they're showing 1,500 radio IDs for us, and they could be the old radios that we had 10, 15 years ago that nobody removed from the system. So again, once I account for every radio and I physically touch and I place their location, everything else will be turned off. If right now your directive is to give every chief 2 portables and 1 mobile, that's what they will get. Everything else will be turned off.
Yes, sir. It sounds good.
Because I'm trying to cut this 463,000 to at least half.
Yes, sir.
Because commissioners, again, this is gonna have to go on this year's budget. And next year's budget and next year's budget, because the one thing that I am gonna question is inflation calculator, that this equipment's already been purchased by the city and the county. What is the inflation on? Is it the repair? Is it what are we paying for? Is it to maintain it? Is it to, but how is it that we're getting an inflation calculation?
So Chief, right now you want us to go ahead and make a motion?
I would like for you to make a motion what directive you want me to give on all these radios, because like I said, this is the number, 463,474 with 20 cents. If it was 677 radio.
Chief, I'll make a motion.
And the motion will be, sir?
Just to confirm, it's our chiefs will get 2 portables and 1 mobile
portables,
for their
1 mobile.
unit. Every unit gets the mobile
Yes, sir.
and every personnel gets
Every
1 portable.
volunteer, every one of our personnel will get one.
Yes.
1
portable.
portable. Okay. Motion to approve, or, I'm sorry, second, Commissioner Diaz's motion.
I have a motion by Commissioner Diaz, second by Commissioner Santana. And again, the motion is to, every chief will have 2 radios and 1 mobile radio in their unit. And then every one of our personnel, volunteer and career staff will have 1 portable radio. Once we account for everything, we will disconnect everything else and account for all those radios.
Yes, sir.
Commissioner Diaz,
Aye.
Commissioner Santana.
Aye.
Commissioner Avalos. Commissioner Glidden.
One question, are you gonna keep a couple here for backups, or are
What-
you able to turn them on? or-
Once, so the other thing that I brought up to the city is that with this responsibility that they're trying to place on us for billing, right? If I have radios here ready to go and I'm not, we, the district, do not have the ability to turn on radios and turn off radios, right? And they're gonna direct me to who is in charge of that for us. When it doesn't get done, who do I hold responsible for that? Because when the bill comes the following year, if they want to raise our invoicing because, hey, you have 100 more radios, but I said to turn them off on this day, right? Then who's responsible for that? Is it gonna be them and we're not gonna pay them? Or is it gonna be us because we're gonna get access to turn on and turn off radios and we can be held responsible for it? If that makes sense to you.
But we will have extras here.
We will have extra. They said it should take a few minutes because if I already have the serial number and the radio ID, all I send is the notification to them and they'll activate it because we don't need the radio there. As soon as they put that radio and radio ID in the system, boop, it starts working.
All right, motion, and I approve. Aye.
Commissioner Bernal,
I agree, and I.
motion carries. Commissioners, discuss and take the next meeting to take place on Tuesday, May 19, 2026 at 6 PM via web and open to the public.
Motion.
Second,
I have a motion by Commissioner Diaz, second by Commissioner Glidden. Commissioner Diaz,
Aye.
Commissioner Santana,
Aye.
Commissioner Avalos, Commissioner Glidden,
aye.
Commissioner Bernal,
I.
motion carries. Adjournment at 6:22 PM. Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you all.